Hello everybody, it's Walrusxyz here, and today I have got a forbidden limited ban list prediction for you guys. And as you can see here, I have also changed my Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro background to fit the archetype I favor the most, which is Fluffles. I might do Fluffle talks and stuff about how the deck works and stuff, and tutorials and guides and stuff like that. But this is my prediction for the limited / ban list and some speculation. So we'll start off with Life Equalizer. Banned. Everyone knows this card is going to get banned, especially after what it did. The Monarch FTK is just too consistent. They can't even hit it down to 1 because it's played at 1 anyways. So they're just gonna have to straight up ban Life Equalizer. Now you might be saying, why don't we ban this card over here, which is none other than Magical Explosion. But Explosion is actually used in the Blasting the Ruins. And, Blasting the Ruins is actually, fair. It's fair. It's a fair one. Like, it may be a little more difficult. I mean, it's the same thing, essentially, but it's a little more difficult to pull off. And that's why I think that Life Equalizer is going to hit. Everyone thinks Life Equalizer is going to get hit. But that's the only card I see getting banned, really. Moving on to the limited part. Pantheism. It just has to go. It needs to go down to 1. It's absurd. It's just a pot of greed on crack. And that is all I'm going to say. I've played Monarchs. I have Monarchs. They are insanely powerful. They are fueled by this evil card right here. This is also one of the key components to the FTK. Tenacity. I'm kind of on the fence about this one. I think that Tenacity could go down to 1 or 2, though I'm not 100% sure of that. It just seems like it gives them a +1 that's pretty easy, and it could go down. I'm not 100% sure, but I think it's worthy of going down. Stormforth. Stormforth is probably going to need to go down. It's used a lot in a lot of decks. It's used in the Cliff Fort. It can be used in Cliff Forts. It can be used in any deck that tribute summons. And I've actually been building a deck with Steel Swarms and Monarch Stormforth. It doesn't really help at all, but this is just insane. You hit over anything except for the Super Quantum Megazord thing because it's unaffected. But it's like a Lava Golem, but it's easier to do, and it gets you a monster and it doesn't deal them damage. And then next up we have Emergency Teleport. It's just too good, guys. It's just too good. I'd be sad to see it go. But it's just a really, really good card, and it gives everything that you could have ever asked for. It's a +1. It's a simple +1. It's used in Phantom Knights. It's used in Cosmo. It's used in Super Quantum. It's amazing. It's just too good. Dark Destroyer, I could see this going down to 2 or 1. But I really don't think so. It's not too good. It's like not impossible to hit over. It's really Emergency Teleport. That's the problem in Cosmos, and that's why I could see it going down to 1 or 2, but not really that much. Solemn Strike. It's either gonna go down to 1 or 2. They can't keep it at 3. Not that long. Not that long. They never keep cards like this around for that long. That's just the way that is gonna be. Wavering Eyes. I could see this card being either banned or limited because it's really good. You just pop your scales, search another Wavering Eyes, banish card, and search a Pendulum card. It's really amazing overall, and that's not including the fact that you could just play this on either player's turn. I mean, even if they got rid of the quick play aspect of it, it'd still be a really good card. So that's why I think that Wavering Eyes might get hit. Again, I don't see it really impacting too heavily, but it is pretty good. Sangan. Sangan got errated. Please free Sangan. There's so much art of Sangan getting arrested Hold on, let's find it. There's Mistake. Here we got a Sangan going onto the bus. Then we got Mistaken Charges, Mistaken Arrest. Look at all this stuff. There's so much Sangan card art abuse. Shared Ride. Look at this. There's an unbelievable amount of abuse on Sangan, and I think Konami actually planned this from the start. They just wanted to ban Sangan, right? They have this plan years ago. They wanted to ban Sangan. They wanted to errata him, and then they take art, and they're gonna have like art having him be, freed. Like what would it be? It would be like reformation or something, retrieved reformation. I don't know. That was a book I read, or a story I read. I don't know. It's going to be like some kind of reformed, better Sangan that's not evil anymore, and it's all like, dressed in a tux or something. I don't know. Sangan, gets freed. That could be a thing. It wouldn't surprise me either. Moving on. We got Clash of the Draco Slayers, or Draco Rivals, Draco Face Off. It could go down to 1 or 2. It just fuels Pepe a lot. And it's pretty good. I could see it getting hit. OCG already hit it. Moving down to the extra deck style. Thousand Eyes Restrict. This is a really, really good stun card, and I could honestly see it coming back. It's not going to impact today's meta too heavily. It's just going to take a monster. It's not going to do anything. It's just going to sit here. I mean, it would be really fun to see what people can do with this, Like, you could instant fusion it, right? And then you could take a monster, and then you don't get destroyed. And then you just sit with this thing on the field, right? Pretty much forever. So, it's really good. It's really interesting, and just something overall I can say I'd like to see back in the meta. Exciton Knife. Exciton Knife's price has pretty much doubled, and honestly, I think that it's gonna come back. It's an evil that is kind of important in the meta, and I'd love to see it come back. I would easily drop it in my Fluffles and, put in some instant fusions and stuff, and Nordens, and make this guy as much as physically possible. This would be an amazing card for Fluffles if it came back. Just because you could board wipe and then make a dog in game. So it's something it's something that would make Fluffles a lot better too. And I'd like to see that for sure. El Shaddai Construct. Our Lady Construct was imprisoned for crimes that she did not commit, and she needs to be freed. El Shaddai Construct was just... It just should never have been banned in the first place. Like, it's a great card, I'm not gonna lie, but, they could have at least put her through the limited list and see how she went. They just straight up banished her to the Shadow Realm, and I think that Construct could come back, because they maybe were a little too hasty, and as a Shadow player myself, I would like to see Construct back, because I have Shadows, and if Construct comes back at 1, I'll play Shadows. I will gladly play Shadows, and then I will take them to locals, and I will defeat everybody there. I do that sometimes, not often, only sometimes. Taking Quantums next week. I go off on tangents. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Ritual Beast Ulticon Hawk. Come on! This card is bad now. This card is not that This card is not that relevant anymore. There are so many things that could get over Ritual Beast Ulticon Hawk, and it's just something that isn't intimidating anymore. Like, I've been playtesting some Ritual Beast decks, right? With 3 Conahawks. With 3 Ulticonahawks. And it's not really anything today compared to today's meta. I mean, you're not gonna do anything. It's not going to be something you have to be worried about. That is all on the limited and coming off the ban list and or semi-limited. Just coming, yeah, another couple of cards. Yeah, I could see Super Rejuvenation coming off entirely. This card was only really relevant when, you know, big dragons were relevant. You know, the elemental dragons. The, what's it called? The dragon rulers. This card could come back at 3. This card is not that good. It's just a +1. I'd like to see this work in the new Blue Eyes deck. I guess if it were coming out with the new Blue Eyes deck, you know, the Blue Eyes deck would probably make it go down to 2. But, you know, again, I could see this card coming off. And one more card, I would never want to see this card come back, ever. It's Spellbook of Judgment. Now, there's one reason why I think Judgment could come back. And it's, well, a few reasons, and they are to stir up controversy, in the meta. I would love to, I mean, you know, I would like to see how the meta would react to Judgment coming back, like how Cosmo would deal with it and all that. Even at 1, this card would just be a nightmare to get over, making everything easy. I would play Spellbooks if Spellbook of, you know, Judgment was back, but I don't know. The only reason I say that it could come back is because Spellbook of, what was it? Spellbook of, I don't even remember what it was called. It's the bad one. It was a what was it? Spellbook of Fate. Spellbook of Fate came off the ban list, and Fate's really good. So that's the only reason I could see Judgment coming off the ban list. And yeah, that's my opinion on the 2016 April ban list. I don't know if you guys agree with it or not. You know, just be sure to leave a comment down below and tell me what you guys think is gonna happen to these ban lists. I'm really interested to see what will happen, and I'd also be really interested to see what you guys have to think of it. So that's all for this video. Thank you all for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed and you want more content that's fun and amazing. And I'll see you all in the next video. Thank you all for watching. This is Walrusxyz signing out.